Hey, everybody, take two. Welcome to the other realm. We are going to hobby tonight. So, SitRep is happy to bring you just some nonsensical conversation while we do some painting, kind of talk about what's up. Tonight, we are going to have myself and Bill. Our grandson Joe is going to be popping in and out. He is going to be reading chat comments to us. We have Big Jim Oriskany with us as well. I think Marty will be making an appearance. Chris is not going to be joining us tonight for two reasons. Number one, he doesn't paint. No, that's not true. And I shouldn't throw shots like that because I pretty much fall into the same category. But he actually bought a house today. He closed on his home and he is in the process of moving. So we're going to have to give him this one. And he gets a pass. So I'm just trying to get my stuff squared away here because I made a commitment to myself that I was finally going to work on painting up my Walking Dead. So the last time I participated in one of these hobby nights, which was a long time ago, I painted 3 or 4 walkers. Joe's giving me the signal for 3, so must be 3. And last time he and I played, I thought, those really do look nicer than my unpainted ones, so I should probably make an effort. So Bill and I went to one of our local game stores and picked up a Army Painter speed paint set, figuring that would be like a reasonable place for me to start because obviously my caliber work is not going to be quite stellar at this point. And now Bill's mocking me. No, that's not true. Okay, maybe he is. But I am going to give it a whirl and kind of see how things go. Jim, what are you going to be working on today?
I am also working on some fantasy miniatures, believe it or not.
Nice.
I am working on some Russian tank commanders in an alternate universe where Russian tank forces can actually win a battle once in a while. So we'll see what happens there.
Switch the input on that.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, yeah, I got to make up a bunch of just a little, I mean, you can probably not see these on camera, these tiny little commander figures that you stick on the tank to show where your officers are.
Very cool.
It's kind of required in the game to track where the officers are and how many you have, and how many orders you get, and especially with the more restrictive Soviet command styles that you get in a lot of these games. You got to keep track of where your officers are. So I have plenty of tanks, but not enough officers. So this is a trick I learned from my friend Mark Ritchie, where I used to obsess about how many actual commanders to put in the commander hatches of my tanks. He just makes them all without them, and he paints the commanders separately. And for the game, like whatever the scenario is that you need, you just paint them separately, and then you get a little bit of needed eraser or some kind of little gummy tack or something like that, and you stick them on the turret, and you're good to go. It doesn't look the best, but it gets you through the game okay.
There you go. That sounds like a plan. Hey, Joe, I just realized something else. You need to go down and get me a plate.
Okay.
We are like very ill-prepared hobby people. Obviously, this is round 1 house, and every time we go to grab something, we're like, yeah, we didn't think to put that there.
I gotta go get a hobby knife. In fact.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of running back and forth. I'd like to say Jim did that on purpose just to make me feel better, but
No, I've been picking at it with my thumbnail. That's not doing it. I'm going to get a hobby knife. I'll be right back.
Okay. So hope everybody is having a good Wednesday. I love the fact that it is in fact Wednesday. That kind of hit me earlier. Like we're halfway through the week already. So hooray for holiday weeks. We saw some pictures online of our friends at OTT setting up at UK Games Expo. So that will be kind of cool to watch this weekend. Here comes Mr. Bill.
Oh, how do we let him in? I just hit this button here.
Hey, there we go.
I have unlocked the door. I hope I didn't just overstep my authority.
Hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Dónde está?
Oh,
Let me put my ears on.
I was gonna say,
Got
so I
your
didn't
ears on, snowman.
I didn't put my headset on. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you, Marty.
Okay.
As we choke you.
I was running late because my dog
Ate your homework?
ate the rabbit's nest that apparently was in the
Oh.
side of my compost pile.
Oh no.
So the world
Bunny
is
casualties.
minus at least 2 baby bunnies.
Oh.
There's a third one that is now desperately seeking its mother that ran off. That one got away.
Well,
And yet at least one little one got away. But yeah, she ripped the side of my compost pile apart and
dang it.
I'm
got
calling the
a
Hague.
couple of them.
War crimes.
Personally, I hate rabbits, so if murdered all of them, that wouldn't bother me. But
Marty.
the compost pile all over my what? The rabbits. It's not like there's a shortage of them.
Yes, but
Give me a
Why
lot
on
of
God's
me.
green earth would a rabbit decide, hey, this is a good yard to have babies in? The compost pile, it smells like dog poo from the 2 large dogs that live there. Come on.
Oh, hey. Hey.
Oh, yes. Comment guy.
Read it.
You raised your hand. Huh?
But
It's tough you're saying hello to Jen.
Okay.
There you go. Nice.
No.
You need to read the name of whoever it is and what they say so that you can say
Yeah.
Tuffy Ears says, "Hey Jen," which is what that says.
and that she loves rabbits in stew.
You see it as
Oh no.
100%.
What is
Right,
going on?
I'm right there with you. Except
Terrible.
my dog calls dibs, and she's way faster than I am and most of the bunnies.
Let's talk about something really important for a second here. And I know we don't have a close-up cam tonight, but it shouldn't require exceptional vision or rocket science to see that this is in fact what Pixie Pink looks like
Shut up,
as
man.
a primer.
Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Actually, if you need to go to a close up, we can just have Joe hold it up in front of the camera.
No
for
one
you.
needs to see a close-up of anything I'm working on. You should start working on something.
Yeah,
Well, it's going to be kind of hard because I'm trying to. So, just so everybody out there knows, obviously, it's the first episode of our crossover platform. This is our paint and chat. So, there is literally no format. Joe, would you secure the security door, please? Thank you.
It's much like many of our shows.
Right. So, yeah. So, basically, this is a come all. Yeah, come all. And bring whatever you want. Talk about whatever you want. Game related. Yes.
I'll actually open up the Discord.
I live in a farming area.
What's that?
Tuffy says I live in a farming area.
Yep. All right. So we need to turn up the input on those guys. So, Joe, do you know how to turn up the volume on a computer?
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the
Dance,
volume.
dance.
Oh, wow. All right.
All right.
There's a
Excuse me.
throwback.
I'll be bopping in and out of this camera. Dawn, away to you.
Thanks.
Marty has taken us back to the early 90s.
Right?
Hey,
I do like it there. That's some good stuff.
I mean it's not quite the 80s, but
Actually,
It's close.
it might have been like 89. That was Mars Needs Women, right?
Yep.
Pump up
Yeah.
the volume.
Well,
It
you
was.
know, I think that was 90. I think somebody
Yeah.
fact check me.
I don't
I
remember when I was listening to that. I thought it was early 90s, but then I thought I heard it.
Lemon says, well, Sunfield.
Seinfeld.
was a show about nothing. And it lasted 10 years. So
Well, we're in good company.
so a stream about nothing
Right?
should do just fine.
that is true. And you know what, Marty, to your point, I am pretty sure that Pump Up the Volume was one of the videos we included in our 80s
No.
video CDs.
Oh, in the
for the party.
video CDs?
I
That
think
was an
so.
80s song?
I think it was like right at the cusp.
I thought it was a 90s
Yeah,
song.
I thought it was 1990, but Jen says it's 1990.
Oh, Jen, thank you. 1990.
Jen wouldn't be wrong.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going
Somebody
to borrow
was
your.
there.
Thanks for fact checking that,
I'm going
Jen.
to borrow
Yeah.
my or yours or whomever's. We need to get custom work pads.
Hey, get out of there.
Tell Donna to stop that.
We're babysitting Morgan's cat.
Oh.
And
that's
it
what you call
loves being in the hobby room.
Well, why'd you let it in?
I didn't
Uh-oh.
let it in.
Joey's
How-
laughing.
How do the dogs feel about that?
So once again, we are a house divided. The dogs are pissed because they are relegated to remaining downstairs.
Aha.
So they're They are not happy.
I'm betting not. That would be much in line with kind of how
Look
Sadie
out,
feels
he's got a
about the
blade.
puppy.
Sir.
So am I able to share screen here? I'm gonna go
Yes,
ahead
you
and
can
try it.
share a screen. Hold on, Jim's gonna share a screen.
Great.
All right, so hopefully I am sharing a screen
Oh,
where
yeah.
we are looking at some of what Tuffy's working on.
You
Looks
know
like
what?
some
I'm an idiot.
episode 5, Luke Skywalker.
Ooh, nice.
You know, we could do the restream right on our phone too, so we can see everything
There's that.
and use it as a close-up cam,
Mm.
not just a hat rack. A little slow at times, but not just a hat rack. Yes, Joe.
There's a small two-legged walker.
No, that's the movie Pump Up the Volume, as well as Tough Years says 1990 that I would have turned 21 that year.
Oh,
And Jennifer
Me too.
Lemon also said the
liar.
song by Mars was 1987.
Oh.
87.
So it was that's why we were confused. It was sampled from an earlier song.
There you go.
Antonio Medina, sup Marty, thanks for borrowing me the terrain. Robert's Todd Russell
Toad.
also says 80s themed music parties, are they a new segment as part of the other rounds?
You know what? That could be liquid
Well.
gold, except that
Wait for
YouTube
it.
would
Yeah.
completely take
Yeah.
us out with that.
Yeah, if they saw what we did at our 80s
We-
party, we'd be so
So,
bad.
I was gonna say
But-
we get all the strikes.
But there's got
All
to
of them.
be no rule about singing it, right? All of a sudden, this is going to become a karaoke show. People, I'll apologize now.
I was gonna say, what if you sing it so good though, it still hits you with the strike?
That's right. I mean, well, then we might have to see. Are we on the right career path?
I mean, it's not gonna come from me. I'm just asking.
Yeah. So we mentioned Star Wars because Tuffy is painting
bud?
her Star Wars stuff.
Jennifer Lemon says the 80s would definitely be another round.
That's
Oh,
true.
That is. There you go. See, so true, Jen. Absolutely. I know you guys have brought up Shatterpoint before talking about stuff, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not super pumped about it looking like the Rebel-y stuff. I definitely much prefer the aesthetic of the classics. In terms of just the overall look of it, like I do like Ahsoka. I mean, like that's cool. I'm
Seems to have a very Clone Wars vibe.
yeah, I'm completely on board with that.
Well,
but
it-
like it's Star Wars, so obviously I'm gonna like it. It's not like I hate it or anything, but I just wish it
I wish
wasn't
it-
that. Bill's pretty pumped about it though.
Star Wars.
Retail release Friday, right? This
Friday.
Yep.
So watch for an unboxing at some point. We got some boy. I tell you what, June's a busy month for gaming,
Yeah. That is true.
historical and otherwise.
That is true. Let's take a second, and I promise I'm going to try not to hijack everything all the time about Magic, but
Whatever.
yesterday the official WotC video came out for kind of like trailer for the Lord of the Rings set coming up, and oh my gosh, Marty, if I know you've kind of not been super interested in getting in the game, but
True.
it looks amazing and it will win you over. If you haven't watched the video already, you need to go look at it.
I have not watched the video, but in deference to you, I will at some point here in the not too distant future.
Please do. Yes.
Please do.
It looks pretty sweet. Yes, Joe.
Walkabout Games had
Chris is in the
Chris.
house.
This is in the house. The house.
has Marty fall off his chair.
No, she has not yet.
And Tough Year says it's taken 5 years for my friends to get lead in. I'm not buying into shit.
I don't blame you, and I am finding
I
it very, like I
understand
said,
that,
very
too.
difficult to want to jump into Shatterpoint.
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 Shatter.
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 Yes, and you know what? I think we should, if possible,
What's that?
reverse the views. I don't need to see us in large on the screen, but I can't see anything that Jim or Marty are doing.
Well, that's because you're seeing the video.
We're looking at now.
Yes,
That was then.
this
We're
is
in
now.
now.
Right. So what we'd have to do is turn the PC around. So you could
Which
see.
is like turning the beat around.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that.
Turn
See?
the beat
Going off camera again.
around.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
we're all equal on the stream.
If we had
I mean, looking at the stream, we're all the same size box.
James says, "Yay, Marty, you're doing well today."
Oh, see, yay, Marty, you're doing well today.
I'm doing. Yeah. I've not fallen out of my chair yet.
Probably because he has a seatbelt on. It's probably what we
Night is
can't
young.
see off camera is his safety gear.
Duct tape.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
Watch out.
Could
Sit down,
be.
please. Sit down.
Ooh, Chris is painting his Zulus.
Nice.
For those of you who are just coming in, obviously other people are painting science fiction and fantasy armies. They were asking me if I was painting any fantasy army. I'm like, yes, I'm doing some Soviet tank commanders in an alternate universe where Soviet tank commanders can occasionally win a battle. So it's kind of a
Now we're
fantasy.
talking.
It is kind.
Now we're talking.
Does kind of seem to be fantasy these days.
Yeah, these days.
I am. You know, we've all drank the Kool-Aid on their capabilities.
We're going
Throw that out there.
crazy.
I was captain of that brigade. On top of all the other atrocities the Russians have committed in the last 2 years,
Yeah.
the one that really gets to me is they have personally embarrassed me. I stood up for them for a good 5-6 years.
Antonio Medina.
Their grandfathers are embarrassed. Let's just put it that way.
As well, they should be.
Because they used to be able, even like one of the formations that's in there is First Guards Tank Army. Katakov's got to be rolling over in his
There, can you
grave
see
right
that
now
now?
when he sees
Yes.
what those guys are doing right now. Or what they're not doing.
All right. Cool. We're getting there, man. Sorry, guys. So I now have the YOLO Live Pro switcher hooked into the video output. For anybody who's curious on how our system is set up,
For anybody's curious, yes, I'm subjected to watching YouTube videos every night about streaming, restreaming, YouTube, podcasting,
Shut up, man.
all of the things.
Oh, you know what? I have the restream chat. Joe, just give me a second,
He's
buddy.
dedicated to his craft.
He is, and he's very good at it. I'm not mocking because I don't
You
know how to-
mock me.
Well, I do mock you, but not
I was
about
gonna
that.
say,
That is.
I feel
all
like there
you.
might be some mocking,
Marty, you're not helping.
but I'm not wrong.
That's anyway. Let's change the subject.
Moving on.
Moving on. Open in browser. Open in browser. Open in browser.
Enhance.
Littering and
Littering and we haven't watched that in a while.
No, we have
Oh.
not.
I feel like
it's
we're
always a good
slacking.
one to go back and visit. And now that there's two of them, you can do a mini marathon.
That is true.
The second one isn't as good as the first one, but man, the thing with Farver and the
Oh my
microphone.
gosh, I could watch that over and over. Basic physical comedy. It is so good.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I've got a YouTube list of some old like Three Stooges shorts on YouTube.
Love
it's-
Three
there's-
Stooges.
There's a hot link to it or whatever. There's like a shortcut right there on the top of my, not just my personal browser, but also on my work Google client. Because when the job gets to that point and I'm about ready to, EK equals 1/2 mass times velocity squared with my fist through the bridge of somebody's nose. Put on some Three Stooges. I listen to it in the background, and it just kind of mellows me out real quick.
I love
Cheers me
it.
up.
That was me and
good,
my
Joe. I
dad
have 'em right
when
here.
I was little. We always liked to watch that, and my mom hated it with a passion, and she would get so
Yeah.
irritated when my dad would watch it with us. It was a source of contention all the time, but it was classic.
Joe, if you go up to the chat, you see the chat there? It says chat overlay up there. Chat overlay. No. Yep, click on that.
Seriously, how did the dog get up here?
I don't know. The door's open.
I thought the gate was across.
Well, there's that. All right, now people can see what's going on in the chat. Hold on a minute. I gotta put away a dough.
Antonio Medina is painting a commission for In Country.
Hey, Tony. Yeah, how you doing? So Tony and I got together for a little bit.
My room.
Oh crap! What day is it? Saturday morning, and I gave him some of my terrain to use for a gaming event, demos and such on Sunday, and it looked like it was a well-received event.
Nice.
So that's
What were they
cool.
playing?
I'm sorry, what?
What were they playing?
In Country, which is
Oh,
what
very
I'm
nice.
currently painting the little Ruskies for now. Oh, you can't see shit there. My light sucks. Definitely not set up for that. But yeah, I'm painting
Close the private chat window, would you?
painting some of those dudes up as we speak.
Thank you.
That's what I'm working on tonight.
Can
Very
you do me
cool.
a favor? Hit the big button.
And apparently,
We've got,
because
uh,
this
No,
color green sucks, I'm going to be painting it 3 or 4 times to get it to
go
one
down
I
to
like.
the right,
Perfect.
down.
Got
See the
that
little
going
4
for me.
square in the corner of the screen? No, up, down. Joey, in the black part.
We've got our big Cherkaskoye game for Saturday. I've got 3 days left. So tonight, this evening, Thursday evening, Friday evening, and then it's go time. I got to leave here at like 7 in the morning. Get down there by 8. It is, man. I've been building this game for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It continues to grow. We now have about 300 infantry scheduled on the table, about 20 pieces of artillery, not including mortars, and upwards of 60 tanks, assault guns, half tracks, and other armored vehicles.
Jeez.
This is going to be a big one.
It sounds epic.
Yay. Get some.
It's the opening day of Kursk, so yeah, it's got to be pretty big.
Yeah.
How long is it going to take to play?
That's the question. If we were using battle group rules, I'm using basically battle group. We would finish by December, maybe January. So there's clearly,
26.
yeah, which December? So we're definitely I've definitely applied some hacksaw rules to cut that way down.
Yeah.
How successful I am, well, that remains to be seen. It's
I called the issue of fact.
everyone who's coming knows it's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Lord.
hey-o.
I can guarantee you that is not what she said. Just saying.
Oh, sorry.
That sounds
Guys always think that's what she said.
like
That's going to be
sounds
my
like
line.
That's
sounds
what
like
she
you
said.
have your own
What she was
personal
thinking
issues
was,
on that one.
"Oh." No, that's what she said. That's just what she meant. What she meant
There,
what was
there,
thinking was,
see?
oh,
Smart
it's
man.
adorable. Look at that. Little, no, that's horrible. I'll stop.
Oh. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. Oh, what movie was it? How to lose a guy in 10 days? When she says, "Can we name it? I want to call it Princess Sophia."
That'll do it.
No, how about like Crawl? No. Princess Sophia.
Sonic the Hedgehog, because he's just that fast.
Right.
All right. So one thing I am finding out very interestingly as I'm doing this, and I know this is new information for me. This is not new information for all of you. So these speed paints, they seem like they go on very dark, and then they're quite light when they dry.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say,
'Cause I was a
wait
little
until they're
concerned. I'm
dry
like, well,
before you.
I've way overdone, but no, I really haven't.
Yeah, I was
That's-
gonna
that's
say,
weird.
wait until they've dried before you decide whether or not you like the color or not. 'cause,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a thing.
Are these like the contrast paints, or
Yeah,
Are they?
Usually-
I thought Phil
I
said
don't
they
know.
were different than contrast. No.
they are, but they work in a similar fashion.
Okay.
They don't have all the same issues. Like they're not associated with GW. They don't come in shitty pots. Pardon my French.
the only thing I've heard about the contrast paints is that after they go on very shiny because they're basically glorified washes.
Yes.
There-
Yeah.
And afterwards, you have to put a hell of a matte on there.
It's
On
looking like
on a
that's
bunch of them,
true.
I think that's true. Some are better than others, but yeah, I think you can make that as a blanket statement and not really be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what the other Marty tells me. Martin Russell over there in the UK. I watch his stream. Quick shout out to the Hobby Lodge. He does mostly retro gaming now, but once in a while he still does hobby.
Yeah.
He uses mostly those kinds of GW contrast paints.
Nice.
And as people who watch my streams know, nothing but the best for you guys. Apple barrel for life. If it costs more than $1 or $2, I ain't buying it. A risk getting confirmed for a cheap ass bastard.
All right, Joe. Can
Hey,
you
if it
add
works
us?
for what you need, why spend the money on the other stuff?
You see the
And
close
honestly,
cam?
this is what I've been painting with on canvas and
Click on
other
the slider
medium
switch.
since I was like 6. So
Yeah.
There you go.
it's what I'm used to.
No.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Now
It
I
works.
do use that stuff on terrain, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way I'm using any of the good
Good
hobby
paints
stuff
on terrain, certainly. And honestly, I don't recommend like a lot of hobbyists using it. I've been using it for 30 years. I know exactly how it behaves, how it dries. So
I'm a trained professional. Do not try this at home.
well, I don't know about trained professional, but I mean, I'm just familiar with this paint.
Yeah.
Like you were mentioning how your stuff goes on dark and dries very light. Acrylics is exactly the opposite. It goes on there super bright, and then as it dries, it gets much more muted. Like most of my armor, when I'm painting, when it first goes on there, people are looking at it on stream. It's like, is he getting that thing ready for like a demolition derby or something? He's gonna have like clowns and is that a
Shock and
Mardi Gras
awe,
float?
yeah.
Is that a Mardi Gras float he's painting? It's there goes, now it's dried. There goes the wash. There goes the dry brush. Now it looks right.
Gotta trust the process.
You got to put a little Kentucky windage on your paint as you're going through it.
True that.
Totally making guesses with color choices here. The good thing is I'm just painting walkers, so it really doesn't matter. And at the
Walkers
end of the day,
for Star Wars or for a different...
no, this is for Walking Dead, for All Out War.
Oh, walkers, those kind of
Yep.
walkers. Okay.
Zombies.
like
I was trying not to
AT-ATs
use
or
the Z
something.
word, but yeah.
What's wrong with the Z word? I like zombies.
I get, but in this game, you're not supposed to call it that because it's a branding thing. Branding.
Okay.
I think it's a licensing thing, right?
They were making a big deal about that, like when you watch a show about them, like a hobby
Right.
show, because they're probably supporting a product or something. But
Probably. I mean, at the end of the day, they're zombies. Plus,
Right.
they call them like bunches of different things in the show anyway, depending on.
walkers, biters,
Yep.
there's a few others.
Yep.
Like different communities have different names for them.
Yep. I just started rewatching, mainly because I've been thinking on this and wanting to get the game back out and start painting this up. But I forgot how much I liked it, especially early on.
First season is one of the best seasons of
Add it back
television
in.
ever made.
It honestly, it really was.
First season, those first 6 episodes. The problem with Walking Dead is it's not a streaming show. It's not a cable show. It's an old school network show.
Yep.
So it's got to stretch because they got to sell commercials. That's the only way they make money on it.
Yep, that is very true.
Joe. Yeah. Slider. No. The slider.
All right, so
On the
I've
upper
got
corner.
all my. I'm using Pavement by Apple Barrel. It's basically an extremely dark gray. That's for my standard World War II Soviet tank commander uniform in their goofy looking, bra looking helmets. They look about ridiculous. But they're black in real life. Of course, I want to make them slightly not black so I can put a wash on them and still see some distinction. And we are getting sound loop from somewhere. I hear myself.
Yep, I'm hearing it now
That's
too.
me.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't know why it's playing 20 gazillion different ways.
Marty, you're monopolizing conversation. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Well, I'm intently trying to see what the hell I'm painting here.
Why is it doing that?
Trying to make my little Rusky here not suck. I mean, he's gonna do that enough by himself. Doesn't need my help.
Yeah.
These Russians on
So
Saturday are
just
going to
exit that one out. Just delete
definitely
it.
going to have an uphill battle. Good news is they're on defense. So they have minefields, anti-tank traps,
We'll have to set up
anti-tank
a better
gun
camera
pits,
for that.
I was gonna
Well,
say
I tried.
they should
all
have
kinds of.
plenty of stuff to help them out.
Yeah, they got some. We're also going to include. I kind of fought against this, but the guy who's kind of helping me run this game a little bit did want to include it, and there is a historical case for it. This is going to be one of the very, 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 very few times
Mhm.
that the infamous Soviet mine dog was actually used in combat.
Mm.
There you go.
62nd Guards Rifle Division did use them, according to at least one source. Granted, it's a Russian source, but and they did supposedly knock out some German tanks with them. But it was used very infrequently and was very often much more dangerous to the enemy than to themselves.
Yeah.
And my rules reflect that. So, Dawn, if you've never heard of this, this is how bad things got in the East. What the Russians would do is they would feed all their companies or whatever had like dog mascots or whatever, and they would start to feed them under the engines of their own tanks. That's where they would always put the food. And the idea was to strap 2 anti-tank mines in a satchel, almost like a horse's saddle, with that little tilt rod. And then when the German tanks would show up, they would release the dogs. And the idea was the dogs would run under the German tanks, trigger that tilt rod, and blow up the German tank.
Oh wow.
Problem is, Russian tanks run on diesel, German tanks run on gasoline. And dogs usually go by scent and sound, and a diesel engine smells and sounds very different from a gasoline engine.
Yeah.
So most of the time they would run under Russian tanks instead of German
Oh,
tanks. So
gosh.
Because that's where they got fed.
Yep.
yeah, it was usually discontinued. But it's one of those things that once people hear about it on the internet, they think it was like all over the place.
So you
Battlefront
can
even made
widen the
miniatures for 'em.
screen.
And yeah, it's one of those things that you see overdone on a lot of tables.
Yeah.
All that said, I will have it on Saturday. Although, with the rules that I made up for it, I don't know if the Russian player is going to want to use them.
Oh yeah.
Because it's going to be like, okay,
Entirely
D6.
too tragic.
one or two, it'll destroy a German tank. A 3 or a 4, the dog just runs away, or gets shot by the Germans as it runs toward the German tank. Or 5 or 6, it blows up one of your tanks instead. So it's like, literally as dangerous to you as it is to the enemy.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Little show and tell.
Yeah. What you got?
I'm looking at your zombie. Do you know why it's looking dark? Because of the pixie pink.
Yeah, that is probably very accurate. That's okay.
Show and tell. Dun, dun, dun. Lord of the Rings for 5th edition. Just came in.
Very
at you.
nice. New book smell. New
How
book
about
smell.
the bat bombs? Another winner idea.
So what?
I'm reading the comments.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
So the guys are over in UK Games Expo this
UKames?
weekend. So they shouldn't have all the fun with getting new shiny stuff. Dun, dun. So Shatterpoint comes out Friday, so we'll probably grab a starter box. But anybody knows we love Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Yup.
So they took this setting, obviously, and have made it into 5th edition compatible. So if you're not familiar, they have another set. This is from Free League Press, or Publishing, I should say. Free League Publishing. A different company used to have the rights to the One Ring and the Lord of the Rings stuff, and they lost the license or gave up the license, and Free League Publishing took it and did a couple Kickstarters. So we're very happy. They've done an excellent job. The book is beautiful.
Free League, is that the people who picked up Twilight 2000 a couple years
It
ago?
is, Jim.
Yep.
Okay.
So they're
Same
picking
here.
up
That's
all
a
these
really good
titles
book.
that people aren't, for whatever reason, aren't doing or whatnot. And so, I mean, like here's the lore master screen.
Nice.
So I can't wait to dig into this. So I got the set. So I got the what are they calling this? They just call it the Lord of the Rings role playing book. And then I got the first adventures book, and that's Shire's Adventures.
Awesome.
And then I got the the DM screen or Game Master screen, whatever they want to call it.
Right,
Oh,
right.
I didn't know you got that. That's cool.
Yeah, it all came. So yeah, I've got the One Ring also, Tuffy Ears. I backed that in the Kickstarter when they announced it because I literally had every book of the One Ring when it was done by the other publishing company, which escapes me at the moment. But so this is the Game Master screen,
Ooh.
and then the artwork on the what would be the player side. It's pretty nice. Is that Legolas? Could be Legolas.
Like
Elves.
it.
Did you see the meme where it's got a picture of Legolas and it's like if Legolas had a Barrett big boy sniper rifle,
No, I haven't.
and then it shows Lord of the Rings book. It's like 20 pages.
Yeah.
Oh Lord! So there's a little Rivendell adventure supplement in here,
What do your
So-
elven eyes see?
right? So that's very
Tango,
cool.
yeah.
So and then they just came out with another Cubicle 7. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I had all the editions from Cubicle 7. Boy, I tell you what, we definitely have to get those other mics when we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're podcasting, it's one thing, but when you're trying to move around and stuff, we'll have
And
to
not
get.
hit your face.
Yeah. So we're in the process of upgrading everything. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy what's going on right now.
So speaking of,
Crazy.
well, Lord of the Rings and artwork, I spent a little bit of money yesterday. So, we've been working on trying to get this room in order for what we want it to be able to play games, record the podcast, do hobby nights, whatever, and not have to change everything like every 5 minutes. And we tried to use the green screen yesterday, but the green screen that we have at the moment, it is just not wide enough. Yeah. And it had too much extra space on the side of it. So I said, I think I wanted to go with decorations instead, art.
Yeah.
So shout out to Gaz on this one because he was the one that gave us the kind of Hogwarts-ish picture prior to our move from Displate.
Right.
So I got on Displate yesterday and I ordered 4, which was not cheap. I did get 25% off though, so that was cool. But I got 2 magic related ones right now because, I'm going to do some of that content. But for anybody that doesn't know what Displate is, you actually mount magnetic hardware on the wall, and then they are metal pieces of art that you then can swap off of the magnets that are mounted. So you can change things up all the time. So I got 2 magic related ones and I got 2 Lord of the Rings ones. So we got the Balrog with Gandalf doing his "You Shall Not Pass" and ray of light kind of coming out at them. And then a really, really nice picture of Frodo. You just see the back of him and he is looking out into the Shire, basically through the One Ring. It's a really cool shot. I can't wait to get them.
Jim, did you see that Tough Ears posted some pictures?
Yeah, I was waiting for Dawn to.
Sorry, stop rambling.
No worries. No, I just don't like to interrupt people.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, if you want to share your screen, Joe, there's a thing to make one person bigger. It's like a big screen, then little screens. Do you see it?
We have an Alice in Wonderland button.
Okay, I'm now sharing our Discord. Hopefully.
Yep, maximize.
Enhance.
Enhance. Oh, it's Jim in big screen.
Yep.
Um,
So
all
it
right,
looks
so
like a TIE fighter pilot, some
you
kind
gotta
of sniper.
hold on, Jim. Let me get him to pick the right screen. Pick the one with the computer pictures. There you go. There we are.
Oh, why
All
is
right.
it showing? It's not supposed to be showing me. It's supposed to be showing.
No, it's changed.
Yep.
Give it a second.
Oh, okay.
He just clicked on
It's
the wrong
there.
camera. You should see it now.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Remember, we
So
got a
the screen-
10-year-old here running the board. So
Well, I thought I thought I was displaying my screen, but
Yeah.
You're doing way better than me. I have Chris, who's not joining us tonight because he's moving. He closed on his house today.
Yay.
Yep.
I'm surprised he hasn't sent a message say it's official.
I messaged him and asked if he was homeowner,
Yeah.
and he replied, "Yep," but he did that right before we started talking. So now
Okay.
he's probably blowing up the
let me
phone.
try again.
Yeah. Well, he's got his nephew over there acting as free labor. Strong
Oh.
back, weak mind.
All right, so hopefully this is going to. Here we go. All right.
Joe, do me a favor. Turn the chat column off. So click on the chat window and then overlay. Do you know what I'm talking about? Unclick that. There you go. Now enlarge the screen. There you go. Okay, Jim, it's all yours. Take it away, sir.
All right, I'll do it again. Stop sharing.
No, we had it. You were up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see what it's doing. It's not.
Yeah, you got a delay there, bud.
It
Okay.
won't let me. It won't let me just show my screen. It lets me
Right.
only show a certain tab.
Ooh, those are nice.
Those are really nice.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I like it.
Cool.
Are
let
those
me get to my
Infinity
different-
figures, or do we know
Oh,
what
looks
those
like
are?
looks like a TIE fighter pilot in the center
That's
back.
what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
That helmet,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
The sniper would definitely, I would guess, an Infinity character. Although they usually wear some kind of helmets or masks.
Those
But,
might be Legion figures, right?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
Could
I think
be.
those are all Legion guys, aren't they?
At least
Very
two of
nice.
them were. Actually, I think all three of them are TIE fighter. Oh, they might be. What are those new Death Troopers or something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Troopers in black. The two guys on
Tuffy.
the side.
Tuffy here says the TIE fighter pilots are Inferno Squad from Battlefront 2, and they are Imperial Special Forces.
Oh,
5317. So if I go to.
No.
All right. So here we got a little scout droid, it looks like.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, we got some old school biker troops. I remember these
Okay.
guys. These were my favorite when I was a kid, back when I liked Star Wars. Sorry. It was
Oh,
about
nice.
oh, I
1983.
love
Yeah.
it.
The old school indoor biker
Yep.
troops.
All
Speeder
right.
bike
So, how many
troops.
people actually ran through the woods really fast, pretending they were on speeder bikes?
I used to ride my bike in the woods. I got the scars to prove it. Because I was like,
There you
wow,
go.
that really happens. All the speeder bike guys crash into the trees. Hey, that happens in real
Yeah.
life too.
Wow, how so accurate.
I go past the guy and he takes his lightsaber, i.e. his little hickory branch, and he just jams it into my spokes. And I go ass over elbows. I hit yeah. We played rough back in the 80s. Because the 80s were a contact sport, as I'm sure everyone
Right.
remembers.
That's why Gen X is so much more resilient than Gen Z and the millennials.
There you go. And it looks like she's invading Games Workshop.
Oh,
Some chainsaw dudes.
That's a cool picture, though.
it is.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Very
I
nice.
like it. I like it.
All right, Joe, can you bring this camera back up? Can you click on it? Does it show as an option? Not at the moment.
I should have stopped sharing, so
Okay, you're fine. Let me just go into your back camera, high
Back camera.
def, the back camera. We don't need to mirror it.
Much
Yeah.
I'm
recording.
taking my glasses off again so I can go back to painting.
Not
I can either run the computer or paint at the same time.
Remove
Not
those
both,
empty ones,
right?
Joe. Okay. All right, let me refresh. Refresh. Wasn't that a commercial someday?
I think so.
All right, Joe, you should see me bring it up. Okay, I wanted to show off this piece. Why the stupid thing will not mute, I don't know.
You got Odin.
There's Odin. This is something that Chris printed up on his printer, and I am painting it up And as you can see, I've gotten some base down. This is going to be one of the ones I spend a long time on. So, and then Dawn, I'm going to bring the camera
Well,
over.
please don't show my work.
So my Odin is primed.
Zombies. So,
Like I said, the goal is just to get color on these guys.
right. And then, guys, just to give you behind the scenes of what we're working with. And right now,
The
hi,
mess.
hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. There's the PC that's running everything. That's our monitor, so we can see what's going on. That's our audio interface right now because the big one isn't set up correctly. We have this switcher deck right here. We're just using that as a secondary monitor so we can see what Marty and Jim and everybody's doing. And then behind there, you'll see the camera. And this is the rest of the game room. There's the game table. And back there, there's another switcher. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, Joe, you can go ahead and shut that camera off.
We need shelves. That's the next must get.
All right.
And
And
we can't really decide.
Chris says,
what.
hi, Joe. And Jen
He's
says,
waving.
hey, Marty licks his brushes too. I thought only Jim ate paint. Hey. I'm an OG member of the Paint Licking Society.
It explains so much.
I'm gonna say card carrying member of the card liquor club of the brush liquor club there.
Hey, it's a family show. And Antonio says that Odin miniature looks amazing. It's this is a Loot Crate, right, Marty? Is this one of the Loot Crate ones?
Yeah, it's Loot Studios.
Loot Studios. Yeah,
there's
it's
that's my guy. I don't have any paint on him yet. I just got him primed and zenithal, but
yeah. So I'm taking my time on this because I don't honestly know the color scheme I'm going for. Obviously, I want to make it seem colder. Obviously, it's Odin in the north, but you know, I'm just kind of playing it by ear. I have no color scheme other than I want it to be cold in there. So Chris says, I always lick mine. I can ID paint by the taste. Joe, you can go ahead and enlarge the screen again.
Can
please.
you ID the color by the taste?
Yeah.
Chris?
Vallejo khaki. When I'm painting my Soviet Cap Commanderson has a very nice like after dinner cinnamon.
What is it? Cambium red. You know, you can taste the cancer. You know.
You might have stumbled on like the best new marketing ploy there, Jim.
Oh yeah.
Flavored paints.
Flavored paint, yeah.
Right.
That's actually not a
You
bad
know, I
idea.
mean, seriously, kids eat Tide Pods, so there really can't even be a problem with that.
Well, you remember how many years in school that teachers were like, "Don't eat the paints, don't eat the glue," you know. And here
the
we
glue
are.
won't hurt you. Proven. 100%. Says non-toxic right on the bottle. For fine. So, Bill, did you get a Thor model as well?
This one.
No, not Odin. Thor.
Oh, Thor.
Thor.
Right. The other one.
Hitting the
Sorry,
table for
I
crying
can't
out
help
loud.
it. I got fidgets. You know what? I think Chris offered one, and I said no. I just want to do one at a time.
Yeah.
That's pretty sharp. That's pretty sharp.
The
Marty.
Thor model is wicked, and on the big version, there's lightning that comes out of his out of the hammer, but on the smaller one, there wasn't a file for it, so now I got to figure out how I'm going to make lightning.
Right.
And I got some crazy ideas.
Share with the class.
All right, so I forget what it's called, but basically it's I don't know if it's fiber optic or
tough ears.
whatnot, but it's a wire that lights up the entire length of it.
Go ahead and put the chats
Oh,
back on.
seriously, that's cool.
So I'm like, if I can figure out how to branch that, and you know,
enlarge.
I'm gonna do some crazy stuff.
That would be slick.
I just gotta figure out how to power it through or around the model, how to hide that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually gonna have it light up with some LEDs.
That's what I would like to do. Yes.
Have you seen that? There's a paint that you can put current to, and it lights up.
Yeah, I have a bottle of that. I've not tried
work?
using it, so I don't know how effective it is. But yeah, that is definitely on the to-do list to see if it works.
Yeah.
Somebody explain the science on that one to me.
Science.
Science.
She blinded
Yes, Joe.
me with
Joe's going to
science.
give us a science lesson.
All
Come on
A's,
over.
all
Come on
the
over. They
time.
can't hear you, so you got to come over here. What's that?
I'll learn about it.
Oh, you're gonna learn about
Joe's
it.
gonna
Okay.
learn about it, and he's gonna fill us in
All
on
right.
the science.
So basically, Green Stuff World, Marty, they have what you want to do with lighting. There is for lack of a better word, a photoluminescent paint out there. And when you apply a current to it, it excites the electrons in the paint and creates the glow.
Interesting.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's not the one I have. I'm trying to figure out where did I put it.
Oh, sure. Now you build this all up. And then
I've got
Liar.
fibber.
the one that I have is actually meant to be the electrical conduit, and then you paint
Oh.
over it.
So you have almost like the liquid soldering for a circuit board.
Yeah, along those lines. Where did I put it?
Oh,
See, I cleaned up and I can't find anything.
Never clean up in the middle of a project.
I know.
Wait till you're done, and then
Yeah, no. I've got it. It's here somewhere.
That's a good try.
But yeah, that is one of the things that I definitely want to take a run at, see how that works.
Well, I see I'm getting a lot of hobby done.
And so what have we learned about Pixie Pink Primer?
Don't use it.
Terrible idea. Maybe if you're painting up like My Little Ponies or Barbie.
My little zombie.
Do you have one that's dry? Can I see one that's dry?
in all seriousness, if you're painting something that's got a lot of skin tone, it might work.
Yeah, actually. No. One that you
People always forget to put red in there.
Well,
I'm only saying that because I'm painting flesh tone
we're
now.
not done.
Well, I know.
You and
I
me
just-
both. I'm painting the arms on my little guys.
You know what? Actually, it does not look bad. It's, for lack of a better word, it deep saturation of the color. It's not bright. It's very toned down and flat. You know what? If you put some, Jim's 100% right. This actually would be a great base for something that has a lot of flesh exposed.
Yeah.
You know,
Get
like
some
some
of
kind of
those-
like a barbarian or something.
Get some of those Brother Vinny miniatures
Yeah,
that we could
something.
never show on the stream.
Not those, Jim.
That company's famous for that stuff.
Okay, so Tough Ears is busting my chops and said, read the can
Good.
before you buy it. Were you not here for the story?
She must have missed it. It must have been.
No, she was late getting in. Remember?
No, that's right. So, quick story. So we're at this new game store. So
Not my idea either, Tuffy.
Shh, I'm telling a story here, people. So we're at the game store and we're checking out this game store. This is like our second visit to this place. And Dawn's like, I really want to paint some stuff. I'm like, okay, well, we need some primer. So I go over to the Army Painter rack because this is the only like primers they have. They didn't have any GW primer, which I thought was weird since they have a huge GW selection.
Maybe they were sold out.
So I just grab a can of paint, right? It's got a white top. I'm thinking, white paint. Why would I look at the little colored dot on top of the white can, thinking, for whatever reason, I didn't realize Army Painter primers, I know they come in different colors. I just didn't put two and two together and I didn't think about it. So when we got home, I'm looking and I went, son of a beach.
Mhm.
So we now have Pixie Pink primer. Yes. Check the comments. Yes, I was here for the story time.
She just wanted to hear you tell the tale of idiocy again.
Yeah. Great. Thanks. Anyway, so yes, I made the big mistake of buying Pixie Pink paint. But like I said, Jim is 100% right. Pink, reddish undertone on skin colors. It could be a good foundation and build up from there. So,
I mean, they make the paint for a reason. So
I mean,
Yeah.
it probably looks good under red and under yellow and orange.
mm-hmm. What color are you going to paint the skin?
Pixie
Me?
pink.
Why are you using a paper plate? We have wet palettes.
Because we are so disorganized, I
Yeah.
can't find anything. So
Yes.
that's why.
Okay. That's
Why aren't you painting anything?
because I can't
Same
concentrate. It's very hard to concentrate when I'm trying to make sure everything's working.
Mm.
Okay, Chris.
Well, That's a fine how do you do.
Right.
Oh, Joe, would you do me a favor? Did we bring it in here or is it in my office? The helicopter model?
Ooh,
Would you grab that for me, sir? Please.
that
and
reminds
thank
me.
you.
I need to buy a little bird sooner rather than later.
Sooner than later?
I got.
Oh, yeah. You got a little
I've got-
project you're working on, huh?
I've got two in 20 millimeter. I've got two not one, but two Blackhawks in 20 millimeter.
Nice.
Freaking gigantic. I finally have a chance to use them. But I don't have any little birds. I'm going to need at least one little bird.
Hey, did you go to the Did you go anywhere for Memorial Weekend there, Jim? Because it looked like they had a salute to armed forces down in Miami Beach, and the
No, I-
160th was there.
I was underwater and editing.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, I was editing. It was also close to quarter at where I work, so I had to log in for a little bit.
Yeah.
So between that and
Notice I
editing.
didn't say he hadn't do any work. He just said he had to log in.
oh no, I didn't do shit, but I had to be there. Yeah. No, seriously.
Leave the illusion of productivity. I'm here for you should you need me.
Yeah, that's basically what I was. I was basically backup.
And then away from the microphone. For goodness sakes.
But what I
Still
was
picks
actually
it up.
working on was editing. We've got part 1 of our Omaha Beach Panzer Leader Uber game coming out on Sunday, and part 2 is coming out next Wednesday. So there's a lot of going on there.
Sounds like it. Do I not have a red on?
Do you not have a red?
I can't tell. I think that might have been what this was. It was.
Oh, the good old Huey.
What
What a
scale is that in?
treat. What's that?
What scale is that in?
28.
Oof, that's gonna be huge.
Well, here's
Yes.
the tail boom section.
Maybe
And
put my glasses on again. Oh yeah.
yeah, so, and then the cockpit and the body. I can't tell you how many Huey helicopter models I have built over the years.
I was just gonna say, and is that just this one? Is it just because it's a helicopter and you liked it, or did you envision it being used in something in particular?
Yes.
Well, it was a new model from Rubicon Models, so we wanted to take a look at it.
Okay.
And it's a Huey. Psh. Do you have
mean,
to have
I-
a reason?
No, I'm just purely
No.
asking.
All right, checking in the comments.
It's just like just like they say about Hueys. They don't fly, they beat the air into submission.
That is true. They're an
Lord knows
amazing
if you've
ride.
ever been under one, that's the damn truth. Crap, those things are loud.
It is just an amazing ride. Tuffy here says Pixie Pink was made to annoy Bill. Except in her typing, it's Pixie Pick. Either or. Oh, quit laughing. And Chris says, want skins rider with little bird? Skid riders? Yeah, because he prints those. So if you need those, Jim, reach out to him.
Yeah.
He'll send you some stuff.
That's a good idea. Actually, I will, because I'm sure Chris knows this. We're doing Mogadishu in 20 millimeter, Force on Force for the 30th anniversary, October 3rd, 2023. So
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, Chris and Alex can hook you up, and it's fine work. I've got a bunch of their stuff. That's where my shopping cart of doom came from.
The shopping cart of doom.
That's right.
yeah, so if those are available in 20 mil, I don't do 28. Those are available in 20 mil. Cool, Chris. I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, because he prints them,
Well,
he can
thanks.
scale them to however you need them.
Cool.
Boop, boop, boop. And then Tuffier says, does the Huey have a sound system on it? Well, it should.
I mean-
How else you gonna get that Cywar ops going?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, Tuffier says, it's after 2 a.m. What? You're staying
my
up
goodness.
that late? Thank you.
Party animal.
Are you going to UK Games Expo, Tuffiers? Why are you laughing?
Joe's got the giggles. Look out.
10-year-olds think everything's funny.
No, it's just like thinking someone's going to someplace at 2 a.m.
No, not
Not
now.
right now. It's the next 4 days? 3 days?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
4 days. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of missing it. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Did she answer?
not yet.
No.
But yeah, I'm definitely missing it.
Jones in, are you?
Yeah, actually, we talked about this, for convention coverage. What we're going to do. At least they got the right Huey instead of the stupid B model. I hate the B model. That's when you can tell a show is cheap. If you see a TV show or movie show, not going to UK Games Expo,
No.
it's too people-y.
Feel you.
Yeah,
That is legit.
I agree 100%.
It's a lot of fun.
Honestly, most conventions for me, I tend not to like conventions very much.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad. It's a lot better than Gen Con, that's for sure.
It isn't as people-y as Gen Con.
And to be
it's-
honest with you, the people at UK Games Expo are much politer than the ones
that is for damn sure.
at Gen Con. I mean, the people at Gen Con are fine. I don't want to bash anybody about Gen Con, but there is that British thing, their sensibilities and politeness. I don't know. They could be making fun of us Americans in a polite, secret British way, but at least they're very nice about it. So, what are you doing?
I'm going to go with that as 100%
Isn't that a
happening.
zombie?
Yes.
Why aren't you painting the skin green?
Because I want to go over it at the end. Right now, it just everything's pink. So, listen, if I want your opinion, I'll ask.
She'll,
right, then.
she'll let you know what it is when it's time.
She's just turned, okay?
I'm just asking.
She's not that
Trust
bad yet.
the process.
Trust the process.
Oh, there is no process. This is 1,000,000% winging it, but
Oh, Lord have mercy.
and it's funny because coming from somebody that has such little painting experience, I don't love this paint.
No?
I liked using the regular paint.
What do you not
better
like
than-
about it?
It's looking so different than what I think I'm trying to do that it's like I'm having a hard time gauging what it's going to do.
Well, I think to be fair,
And
though,
I
I think
really-
it's the undercoating is
Yeah.
really affecting your experience as well. The pink is, Joe, go in that box there. There's
Do
a
you
bottle
have
of
wash?
gray
'Cause,
primer.
Like at this point, I really like to do
Give me that bottle of gray primer. Yep, that one right there.
some wash.
Bob, give me one of your minis that's not painted yet. That's primed but not
All
painted.
right, hold on.
Oh my lord!
We're gonna do a little bit of miniature rescue live and in color.
Here, you can do this one with a mohawk. Don't ask me. I didn't.
Oh, that looks like Marty back in high school.
Wait, what?
You look dead with a mohawk. Was that-
Back in his wrestling days, they all had to have
That wasn't really a
mohawks.
mohawk. It was bigger than that.
You wrestled Marty?
Why are you laughing, Joe? You think it's funny or something?
No.
Where's the regular? I don't want to super get. Do you have? Can I borrow this brush?
Sure.
Thanks, Joe.
this the one
Over there,
that-
can I have one of those handles?
Is this the one you're looking for?
This is fine.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Not a weirdo. All right. Let's see. I did a big Star Trek convention October before the world shut down for a year. Just haven't got. Oh, tough ears. Look over there for my Star Trek RPG kit because we haven't even really looked at it since it gotten it.
Nope.
Now you got my attention.
Oh, look what happened. Mother truck. There should be a box that says Star Trek on it.
What are you doing to her miniatures?
I'm not doing anything. The unfortunate thing, the primer kind of thinned. and mixed with a green.
They're zombies. That's perfect.
I was gonna say it's kind of a nice color. I'm not gonna complain about it.
I'm gonna say lean into that one. It actually seems helpful.
It's except that it's really not green. It's more like aqua.
It'll be a fine undercoat.
Right? It's
No, no, no.
It's an artistic
not it.
walker.
Go
There's
over
a
it
thing
with
that
like
looks
a
like
purple
Star
glaze.
Trek RPG.
Yeah, that's the one that Bill has. Is the tricorder set?
Yes,
Tough ears.
I know, and I don't remember moving it when we
It's there somewhere.
pushed the piles around.
The Borg cube's the big one, bigger set, right?
Yeah, it's the one that's really cool.
Yeah, it's the one. Yeah. Greg was trying to get me to get that one too.
Wait a minute, they had one? I asked
I
if they had one. You guys told me they didn't have one.
Oh no, he didn't have one to give me. He just wanted me to pay for one. He'd gladly ship it to me.
Oh, I would. If you had told me that, I would have paid for it.
I mean, it is Modibius. You can come right from.
I'm gonna reach out to Greg. Go, yo, Grego. Gregore.
He's at
Resistance
UK
Systems
Games
Power.
Expo.
Well, that's because I think he's spending the summer in France. I think he lives in France now, part of the year.
Yeah, they got a couple homes there now, and they're living part time, if you will, back and forth between there and here.
Yeah. Did you not find it? That's all right. Don't worry about it.
We
That's
will
all right,
show it off
Joe.
another
We'll
time.
show it off another time. Star Trek Adventures. Got the Borg Cube set and the tricorder set. Is there stuff in the... aren't you duplicating stuff in the tricorder that was in the Borg set?
If you're a Star Trek
Probably.
fan, does it matter?
No.
Well, Tough Years, Greg is French. That's where he was born and raised. So
Yes. Yeah.
he wants to go. Alicia thinks she's French and really loves the Frenchness of things, I guess. So she's
Frenchness.
Yes, the
she's
French-
1,000% down to go. I
Yeah.
think she's had it with America.
America. Well, it is what it is. All right, we'll let that dry and then we'll do another coat on it.
So, would these behave like a wash at this point?
Did you mix them?
What?
Did you mix them before you painted them?
But
You
yeah,
shook them?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The new stone home they bought is gorgeous. Oh, I haven't seen it. Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah, they bought a small farm essentially.
Well, at least we know we can stay somewhere if we go to France.
So
Oh,
next
when
to
they're
Chateau
done?
Picard.
Yeah, when they're done, there'll be plenty of room. That place is huge. Because I think she's looking at making like half of it into a B&B.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Jim, what you got
Vallejo
going
Wash.
on there, bud?
Working. Working on my little Soviet tank commanders.
Are these in 15 mil or 20?
Yep, everything's in 15.
Okay. Is this Flames of War stuff?
These are some Battlefronts, some Plastic
Okay.
Soldiers. I'm using them for Battle Group.
Nice.
So Plastic Soldier.
Well,
I will try to take a detailed photo when this wash dries, because they're just about done.
Nice.
Productive little. How long we been up? Productive little hour.
yep. Yeah, so just so everybody's aware, the plan is that we will do this hobby night stream every other Wednesday. So on the Wednesday that we don't, how do I explain this?
Regular podcast.
So you know how we do the regular podcast.
Goodness.
At least I wish I had an excuse for why I'm not talking right.
Stroke.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So basically, I'm thinking we do the podcast every other Saturday for Sit Rep, the historical channel, And then we will do the Wednesday night broadcast the opposite weeks. So 1 week it will be the Saturday broadcast. The other week it's the Wednesday broadcast. Does that make sense?
I like it.
All right. So,
And we'll be more organized.
and we'll be
Just
more
tell me when to show up.
right. And guys, anybody that's out there watching, if you want to join the stream, it is an open invite. You just got to wear clothes. That's all we ask. So, but if you want to join in on the hobby stream and just sit and chat with us, we just reach out to us, and we'll send you a link. And boom, bada bing, bada boom, you're in. It takes no time at all. Right. Right. Look,
And
if
don't
Marty
worry about
can
the
do it,
clothes thing.
anybody
It's just
can
the
do
part they can see on camera.
it. Right. Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to wear pants, as long as you don't stand up, I don't care.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. It looks mostly dry. Let's see. You got a blue jean color there? Deep purple.
It ends up looking like this.
Magic
it's very
blue.
dark.
High Lord blue. A gray. Is this all the colors you got?
That
this the
is
whole
it.
set? Okay.
We didn't get the big set,
That's okay.
which is okay because I'm not loving these.
Do you have blue set out somewhere?
Not. It dries very quickly.
There we go.
Ew, his finger's weird. Okay, he's a zombie. He probably doesn't care.
This finger's weird.
Like it's more.
So next
flashing.
time we do this, we will actually have close-up cams for each person. So as we talk, you'll be able to actually see the work we're doing versus us looking down at the mini and going from there.
Says you, I'm just going to be talking crap about how great my stuff is, but never, let you actually, see
See
it.
it?
You are onto something, Marty. I can get behind that plan as well.
Saying.
Well, Marty actually won a major award for painting a
major
miniature.
award. Was it for Gile?
Yeah.
It is for Gile because it's Theoden.
Ah, there you go.
My King
Theoden?
Theoden mounted model won the single miniature division for Little Wars.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
Mind
It wasn't
power,
even there.
Speed, mind power.
I was gonna say it also helps if you know your audience because even though it's Little Wars and it's a very historical in nature, one they will agree with me on this. They believe that Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's writings about it are history, and two, they're all fans.
Yep.
So I just happen to have a little something that Golden Demon didn't look twice at that I tried.
Well, it's a start, Marty.
Slapped a couple more brush strokes of highlights on there and
That looks different.
Mhm.
took it to Little Wars a month later. Did much better there.
There you
Chris,
go.
we missed you terribly. Thank you. Thanks for returning.
Top Ears put some photos up in the contents of the Cube of Discord.
I got one in there as well.
All right. Joe,
Oh.
where's our producer? Whenever
get
Jim's
one
ready to
more-
share a screen, just let us know, Jim.
Okay, let me get one more color paint. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. See, naked.
Wasn't me. Was not me.
that goofy yellow there, please.
Green, whatever it is.
Just
Me-
want the record to
malignant
show,
green.
still vertical.
Write that down.
Oh, while we were chatting over here,
Mucho racha, mucho racha.
Tony Medina sent me a whole boatload of pictures from his event on Sunday. Unfortunately, he texted them to me, so I can't share them.
Oopsie.
But You know what?
Sounds
I can
cool.
throw them on like our Discord or Facebook or something later, though.
There you go.
He's got a couple of nice boards there. I say that because one of them's mine. But he went with a scatter train of trees, but he made his like really big honking trees.
With
Mhm.
googly
So there's no
eyes?
canopy on them. It's just
Oh, where's
the tree
Googly Eyes?
trunk.
Where's Fred?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
What his name was Fred.
I got to get Fred. Fred's downstairs. Hold on. I had taken
no,
downstairs
don't
to try and
leave.
take.
Don't leave to go get Fred.
Well, my
Plan better
beer,
next time.
my beer might be downstairs too, so I'm gonna go get Fred.
I'll show our screen while we're doing that.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
No,
Let
we
me,
just enlarge it like
Talk
last
amongst
time.
yourselves.
Oh, hold on. Let me get these tabs all open. 'cause
Yep.
I'm just
You
gonna
let us
bounce
know when you're
back.
ready, Jim.
So it's not as clumsy as it was last time. Oh, I recognize those guys.
More importantly, when you were out of shot, what was the whoa that we heard?
Well, that was just me getting out of my chair.
Oh, okay.
That was oh. It's not supposed to feel like that. Although my
Mine is more
girlfriend
like
did
crunch,
say,
crunch, creak.
yeah, it's like a bowl of Rice Krispies when I get
Yep.
out of bed in the morning.
What?
Oh my god, so many pictures. Yeah, that wash is still drying on mine. All right, so I will now boing, show Mr. Screen.
Show the screen. Show the screen. Show us the magic that is the screen.
You have a big hit with that one.
Hey, I thought it was awesome.
He's bad.
All right.
Ooh,
Nice. Ooh, those are
I
nice.
like those.
All right, whose are those?
Oh, these all tough ears.
Okay. Tough ears.
Like triple sure of that.
Rain.
Yep, cool. Oh, never mind that one. All right, what tab am I on? All right, cool. So
Digging that one.
hopefully, share this tab instead. Okay, so I'm now switching over
Oh, nice.
to Newt and some
Oh,
Colonial
those are the Marines.
That's awesome.
Is that from the Alien versus Predator set?
Tuffy will have to answer that in the comments.
Yeah, you got Riley in the back there, or Ripley
Yep.
in the back there.
Yep.
When we had Newt in our sit rep skirmish game of aliens, if she was stacked in your hex, she increased the movement of the entire squad from 6 to 9, and she could also phase through walls on a 3-up on a D6.
Nice.
So, of course, she can't actually phase through a wall, but she knows where all the air ducts are and all the secret
Right.
passageways. Show this tab as well. We got the power lifter,
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
along with poor Bishop, who looks like he got ripped
I
in
was going
half.
to say Bishop in a pile of goo there. Yep.
We got 1.5. Yeah, we got 1.5 bishops on the screen. I cracked myself up. We got Drake, some flame units, some more M41As, the assault rifle, the pulse rifle, and Big Man Burke sitting back there being all corporate.
Yep. You're doing that wrong.
Looks like some objective markers. Oh, some of those Sentinel automated gun drones.
Mm-hmm.
Some hatching eggs and facehuggers.
Cool.
Yes.
We had those in our sit rep skirmish game as well. Here are all the warriors. Looks like the queen in the background.
Yeah. Awesome.
We got to run that game again because the way we ran it in sit rep skirmish, we ran out of time. So I just said, "Oh, the queen appears," and poof, she just appeared. So she popped up all by herself before. We only lost one person. We only lost Vasquez. Was the only person that died.
Yeah.
And so basically, the queen popped up alone in front of the entire Marine squad minus Vasquez. So they literally ripped her apart.
Why'd you guys kill Vasquez? Come on now.
Yeah, our last Halloween game. She was the only person we lost in that game. Although, to be fair, we only went through about a fourth, about half of the station because we ran out of time. So here's the Borg cube and
Nice.
the smaller. It's not a tactical cube. In fact, that's not even that. I think that is the tactical cube. The tactical cube, and then the smaller. What I can't remember what they actually call that. It was in First Contact, the smaller round one that ejects out of the main.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch that again. I like that one.
And then this is strictly a work in progress, but this is what I've been working on so far because I don't really have a good close cam. But those guys were completely unpainted at the beginning of the stream. I'm waiting for that wash to dry, and then I'll probably put another little wash on there, and then some dry brushing and some yellow stars.
Very awesome.
And that will be 7.5 figures at least completed in one evening.
There you go.
Yeah. And Tuffy said those are from Aliens Gale Force 9.
Cool. And Antonio has also posted some stuff on Discord. All right, let me get to Antonio's.
I don't remember an Aliens Gale Force 9.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's got a
Okay.
bunch of cool stuff from his Sunday event coming up here.
Okay, yeah, he's in a different room. Let me get some of these up. I can't bring up all of them because. Well, I could, but hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me close all these other tabs before my computer blows up. All right. Nope. Just share Discord and leave it be. All right, cool. All right, so hopefully now I'm showing Discord.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So that's
All right, so,
Tony's board and his terrain.
Very cool.
Nice. That's like what, 2x2?
Yes, that's one of the things I like about in country is that you can play it with on a 2x2 with like 4 dudes on each side.
Right.
You know, so low miniature count, low small investment in space, if you will. Same board, different angle.
Yep.
Yep, and there they are. Now they're getting after it. But yeah, when you play on a board this small and you're playing this rule set, you're killing people from turn 1.
Yeah.
There's
I imagine.
getting shot, things getting blown up the second you determine who goes first.
7 Days to the River Rhine is like that. There's no range limitations in that board. And even then, you're usually playing that on a 8x4 or a 4x6, something like that. And yeah, it's usually first activation is a round down range. Am I just going in circles here? I might be. All right, let me go to a different section. Here we go. It looks like more of a tropical board here.
Yeah, so that's now the board itself is the one that I built on our stream back in January and February. And then it's
that's this board here?
Yeah, that's the one I built.
Okay. Nice.
And that's his terrain as far as the buildings are on it. And then looks like a bunch of my trees and some of his stuff scattered on there too. So the trees, the majority of those are from I do a monthly terrain workshop at our local gaming cafe. And the students, bunch of the students left stuff over. Well, I finished it, and there it is.
There you go.
I'm like,
wait a second. I think we have an unauthorized person on this. Why is there a monster on this table?
Tony will have to explain that scenario. But you did just have aliens up, so it leans.
I was gonna say this is a crossover stream.
Yep.
That's all good.
And then you might recognize the vines there. That's the vineyards that we used in the 13 days to 13 hours.
Okay. These here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right in front of the little creature there.
Very cool.
We had some terrain like that in a recent game, which we'll feature in late July on the channel. That Sicily game, British versus German versus Italian paratroopers with Colonel John Frost. Some of the boards, some of the terrain on there were vineyards. And it was kind of interesting. It's a much bigger scale. It's 15 mil or smaller scale. You know what I mean?
Right.
Much bigger map. Is that they blocked line of sight in one direction, but not the other. Because if you're approaching from the right angle, you can shoot straight down the vineyards. But if you're going perpendicular, of course, to the
Oh, right.
the vineyards, it was a neat little mechanic that I'd never seen before. All right, so we should be back to our normal.
Yep,
Jim
there we
skipped the contents of the cube. Oh, sorry. Jeez, I can't get away with nothing. What am
Not
I
with
going to
tough
paint?
ears around.
What am I going to paint? All right. No, in all seriousness. Oh no, I have to go back to the other room. Oh, this one here. Oh, this all comes in the cube. So hopefully I am showing this now. View tab, studio.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
So how good is that Star Trek role-playing game?
I know.
Has anyone here tried it?
I haven't yet.
Uh,
Tough ears probably has.
I used to play
She's still awake.
Star Trek Tactical Combat Simulator back in the late 80s, early 90s,
Oh yeah.
which
Love
was
that
a
game.
beast. That was a beast of a game.
I remember having the did you have all the blueprints and plans of all the different starships and
Yeah, I had all the books, and I just remember like a good sized game would take you about 6 hours. And when a good sized game was like maybe 4 ships. It was really meant to be
when a game was a game.
It was meant to be like one ship on one ship. It was basically meant to be Star Trek II, the war game, and it had that level of detail in it. But of course, everyone wanted to play, and now everyone needs a ship, and then everyone needs an escort ship. Before you know it, you got 8 starships on the table, and good grief.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's
Some of those
Armada.
games,
Yep.
sometimes those games went into the wee hours. But this is back when we used to play, the Invasion of Mysia in Renegade Legions. That game took us 7 plus 24 plus 12, whatever that is, in hours. 36 plus 7, 42 hours straight.
Damn.
All right, Joe, you can put us back on the regular screens.
Oh, am I not? Am I still showing? Stop sharing.
There we go. Yeah, that was back in the glory days of FASA.
FASA was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. FASA and GDW.
Yeah.
Guys who made Assault.
Back when games were a game.
Back in my day, Sonny, we knew how to play a game. We had a can and a stick.
No, we had actual rules that took longer than, 2 hours to play. Or now everything's got to be 90 minutes or less because it's on Kickstarter. And whatever, don't waste my time.
Yeah, let's talk about Kickstarter. I think I'm almost done with Kickstarter. Well, I say that, and
I
then
know, I
something
think-
really cool
yeah.
comes along.
Right.
The reason I say that is there's just so much turmoil going on in the gaming world in general. That's why I wish we were at Games Expo or went to Adepticon or even Gen Con or Origins, just for the fact that it'd be interesting to see how the dynamic has changed. I don't think it's going to be as robust as it has been in years past, to be honest with you. A lot of company. What was the one that you announced that was it IDW that laid off a whole bunch of people or was closing?
I haven't seen that.
Well, you told me about, you saw an article that somebody was, I don't know if it was IDW or somebody else. It was a couple weeks back.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, anyway, but yeah. Well, anyways, Kickstarter wise, like Mythic Games, I don't see Mythic Games surviving the year, to be honest with you. They have, I don't know, 3 or 4 projects out that have yet to be delivered, and they're one which is based on Rainbow Six Siege or something like that. That raised a lot of money. They actually had to make all the backers pay almost the same amount of money they invested originally for shipping costs because they overspent, under budgeted, whatever the case may be, and it was at risk of not delivering the game. So of course people are not happy about that. And then we backed Hell Saga, which is their version of Norse mythology, and that completed as far as Kickstarter funding May of 2020, and here it's May of 2023, and we still have yet to see any progress on that game. I don't think they're going to make it. They keep saying they're out of money and whatnot, which is sad because we've met them and they're pretty nice people, but either the problem is a lot of people who are very passionate about games don't know how to business. They don't know the business aspect of it, and then they make these humongous Kickstarters where they overpromise everything. We're going to give you 500 minis, to entice people to back the Kickstarter. And then things happen and production costs change and shipping costs change. And then, people are claiming it was basically a pyramid scheme. They created a Kickstarter to fund the last one because they overspent money on whatever. So, but if you notice, a while ago, they had several people working for them, and they got rid of, who was the guy they got rid of? And they brought Sam. Was it Sam Healy that went over there to them from Dice Tower Games? Was it Sam? I think it was Sam, and he was their spokesman for about a year, and then he left.
Yeah, he's the big guy who used to like
Az was
Twilight
Az.
Imperium.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. But now they've consolidated. They've laid off a whole bunch. I don't think Ben Clapperton's working
I
for them
was
anymore.
just going to ask that.
I think isn't he working for Steamforge Games now?
Oh, maybe. Now that you say that.
Let's see. Tough Ear says, not played it yet. I've only backed one physical Kickstarter. Got burnt. Mythic Games pay ransom money for your games. True. Mythic was a victim of COVID shipping oil Ukraine crisis. All right, so
that may have been a contributing factor, but they have had issues since well before then.
Exactly. So their only real successful, like no problems, fully delivered Kickstarter was the original one when they were combined with Monolith Games.
Yeah.
For Mythic Battles, Pantheon. I mean, we got Reichbusters, but I think there was a little delay in that one. And then Solomon Kane, which we did not get, but I still think they're missing stuff on that one. But there's just so many companies who jump on the Kickstarter bullet train thinking this is going to be a fast and easy way to collect a whole bunch of money, and then things fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dave and Hawk War Games with Drawfleet.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Az from OTT worked it. Yep. Yeah, we knew
he
Az.
did. Yep.
Yeah, we knew it. We know Az. I mean, we still talk to him through Facebook these days, but yeah, I mean, he's still working for Lucky Duck Games, I think, still.
Yeah.
Out of Poland. So it's just amazing how the dynamic of the gaming world changes so rapidly. So anyway, Dawn.
Yes.
We already know you're really looking forward to the Magic Lord of the Rings stuff. When does that drop, by the way?
June 23rd in physical cards.
All right.
20th for Arena.
Okay. So you will start seeing a program. We're thinking to call it Monday Night Magic. I don't know yet. So where
Joe's pumping his hands over here.
Yeah.
He's in.
So
on board.
basically, Monday nights, Dawn will do some kind of Magic program, whether it's actually we play Magic, Commander. I don't know. You talk about it. I'm not the Magic person.
Yeah, like I said, no specific schedule with it yet, but as new material comes forward, we'll talk about the product, we'll take a look at things, if there's a certain way we're playing a game that we're liking, we'll probably kind of focus on that a little bit and bring it. I actually have Bill playing Arena, Magic on Arena now, which has been cool, and it helps teach you the proper mechanics of the game. And it's funny, you learn real quick. We've been playing Magic for a while now, and stuff that you're doing wrong, and you're like, no shit, that's how I'm supposed to play that. Okay. And it's kind of helped us rein things in a little bit with it. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
And then we have Malifaux.
Yeah, that I am very excited about. I just showed Joe the rule books to that the other day, and the boxes that we have so far to get back in there. And that's going to be regular programming for us right now, because we can basically take you on a from scratch walk with that, because we've got boxed materials right now, and we'll, unbox and put together and all of that good stuff, and kind of talk about how it plays, how to kind of get into it, how you build a crew. It's changed a lot even since when we played it originally. And I have to say, we did cheat and took the plastic off of a couple boxes the other day just to take a look at what the sprues look like, because I think we talked about this before, but their models, like, I love how they look. I am always they've been very sharp models. They look great, but oh my God, the pieces were so small. I had a Colette crew previously, and it had mannequins in it, and the fingers on the mannequins, like if you picture like the knives on like Freddy Krueger, that is what the fingers were like, and they were individual, like you were working with tweezers, under a magnifier to look at what you were doing. There was a lot of swearing putting those things together, and the hands are single piece now at this point, so still small, probably maybe a little fiddly, but not at all what they were before. So I am looking forward to putting those together now and getting back into playing that. I still am super fascinated with the mechanics of that game, in how it strictly uses cards for the gameplay rather than dice. I think it's a neat mechanic. Still some chance, but gives you a little bit more of an element of control.
Cool.
Yeah,
cards are good in some game systems, especially, I'm not sure about Malifaux because I've never played it, but games that involve like order activations, there's only like so many cards in the deck, or so many options. So if somebody pulls a certain card, at least that one's not in the deck anymore.
exactly.
You get good at like counting cards. So it's still random-ish, but like controlled random.
Yeah. Yep. That looks 1,000,000% different than working off the bank.
It sure does, sir.
Yeah.
Where's this? I want to do another layer on this. But yeah, don't buy Pixie Pink primer.
Yeah. Terrible.
It's no bueno.
Well,
We got a new person joined our Discord. Hello, Tony Banana, if you're watching.
Welcome.
Welcome to our community.
Marty, what you working on?
3 standard welcome messages.
I am working on my Eastern Forces from the in-country starter kit. So I have these are Russians and Wagner Group guys, if you will. So I don't know if you can see if I can scooch my light over so you can see this dude. Little bit.
Very cool.
So that's one. Got another. Got this tough guy.
Nice.
And then I got I got this dude. And this dude.
Very nice. Those look good.
Awesome.
And one more. So coming along. I know you can't. It's almost my laptop.
What? He's getting crazy over there.
I told you. So, now it's getting down to the point where I'm just trying to detail them out. I mean, there's they're really good models. There's a lot of detail on them, so I'm kind of in try hard mode to do them justice. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you
No.
get any good feedback? You said you were reaching out to the community about camo. Anybody offer any good help?
For what kind of
yes
camo?
and no.
What kind of camo?
Well, I was looking for specifically Russian camo,
Yeah.
like Ratnik or something very current right now that would be in common use for Russians. I got lots of good reference photos.
Yeah.
But what I was hoping for was a painting guide.
Oh, no.
I did.
I work off of photos. I don't work off of painting guides.
Well, that's what I ended up. I mean, literally, here's my reference.
Thank you, Tuppy Ears. I'll look at that later.
But,
I mean, like when I did the SAS guys and their jungle pattern from Spectre Miniatures, I literally just I Googled that camo and I just got a color plat of just the camo. It wasn't even a uniform. It was just like a printout of the camo pattern and colors.
Right.
And then I just went in and matched the colors to my Vallejo paints the best I could. And then just went with that. See, my problem here's my problem with miniature painting. I try and get to the ultra realistic side of it and versus the contrast side of it. So sometimes because of how small the scale is, it kind of looks muted or muddy because the colors, blend together because I'm trying to do camo versus doing a higher contrast. So it stands out. So when you're looking at it from 2-3 feet away,
100%, I totally have the same struggle on, I can do a pretty good multicam. The problem is it's a pretty good multicam. So, Antonio, yeah, they're not Russians. No, not Russians. But these and oddly enough, the way I learned how to do that though was off of Spectre Operations had a still does, I'm pretty sure it's still posted there in their download section, a multicam guide.
Right.
So that way I kind of figured out, okay, how does this work? What color needs to go down first? Help me sort out the order of operations as well as the actual colors.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping for something along those lines, which I didn't get, but yeah, I got some good reference photos and, it's a uniform. They are uniform. I can tell you that. I painted them all the same way.
There you go. You can
tell if you don't like it,
it sounds like my 15 mil chocolate chip for my Gulf War armies.
Yeah,
it's 15 mil. The guy's that big. You're gonna seriously paint chocolate chip in that scale. From 2 feet away, you immediately recognize it.
Yeah, and that's what I figured is
when you look close up, it's like the patches are like completely out of scale. But from 2 feet away or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I just want them to be distinctive enough to see, so that way when you look at the table, it's easy to figure out this is one force versus this is another force, because there's a pretty good chance there's going to be a couple of camouflage patterns on the table. Really sucks if they're close together and you're like, is that my guy? No. Because I'm the guy that'll make that mistake. Or like when we played Ultra Combat Normandy.
Yep.
Dan never saw my two dudes that were outside of the building in the tree.
The camo
That's how good my
that
camouflage pattern is.
Hold on a second. Let me piggyback off.
He immediately blasted them off the table once I shot at him, though. I was a little outnumbered.
Of course, now I'm not gonna be able to find it. Here we go.
I think I ended up with it was 1 or 2 survivors.
Oh, you're talking about the Ultra Combat Modern game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Did I say Normandy? Yeah, Modern.
Yeah,
but he pretty much started blasting me off the table immediately once he got in range and could see all my dudes.
Oh, there is an entire screen choice here. All right. Share, hope or not. So here are some of the counters I was drawing for basically Eastern European modern combat. And I start using the talk about different camouflage patterns, all looking the same. If you look at what the Ukrainians are wearing now, and what the Russians are wearing now, and what the Poles are wearing now, and then the Japanese versus the Chinese in our Taiwan theoretical what if games, yeah, they all look alike as well. So you've got to start putting different backings on the counter so you can see different colors. And then I added the flags in there as well. Because if you just go by the actual camouflage scheme, there's no real camouflage in the original Panzer Leader games, but the original Panzer Leader games, the Germans are in gray, the Americans are in olive green, the British are in that kind of tan, brownish, dark khaki that they used to wear. And the Russians are in their blue, their brownish, green kind of thing they used to wear. If you carry that forward, if like the Jim Restroika blouses that they used to wear, and if you try to actually bring that forward into Panzer Leader, it's all your camouflage. I tried it. My first draft of counters, they all look the same. The players couldn't tell who was who.
Sure.
I like the flags on there. I thought that was cool.
You've got to. You got to do something.
Yeah, that makes it way easier to identify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially since if you're looking on like a 3,000 hex board, and the little things are like this big.
Right.
Yes. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're about wrapping up the show here in the last few minutes.
My guys are done. I put them up in Discord.
All right.
Nice.
This Russian tank's got the wrong flag. Shouldn't they have the Ukraine flag? No, I have no tractors yet.
Tell me you got farmers as militia.
If you've got, I don't have them handy, but I've got my Ukraine force built, and it's all old T-74, mostly T-64s, primarily, but some other stuff too, T-80s. All that T-80 line, the T-80s, the T-64s, all that stuff was built in Kharkov, and that stuff never left Ukraine. So.
Nice. Excellent.
Good times.
Marty, status?
My guys are all work in progress still. Like I said, I'm in try hard mode trying to detail them out now. I mean, bro, I got chem lights I got to paint on these guys.
Don?
I got color on my guys, but I am not happy with them, and I would like to use some real wash on them, I think, after they're dry, but
I wouldn't use wash because it's just going to make them darker.
yeah.
So here's what I would suggest. Like this guy here is get some regular paint, but get a very much lighter tone and dry brush.
Yeah.
To bring that out.
Yep.
Because you got a good base color. And this, actually, I would paint this shirt different than the shirt because that's a t-shirt on it. But no big deal. But I think that'll come out. And actually, that skin tone you did looks really good.
Well, it's a skin tone, and then I went over it. I thinned out this malignant green and went over it with the malignant green.
That looks really good.
So.
And then just to see the difference, I did took one of the primed pink guys and I used gray primer on it, and then definitely the Army Painter contrast paints. They're called contrast paints. Speed paint.
You guys showing something on a close cam?
Close cam. Request for the close cam. Stand by. Standing
Well,
by.
I was asking. I wasn't trying to cause.
No. I have it right here. It won't take but a second.
You could think about doing a super thin wash of like a reddish purple. And you just want it to settle in the crevices. We're not trying to filter anything else, and you might get a good contrast pop that way.
Yeah.
All right, so here's all my Russian tank commanders for the moment. At 15 mil, that'll do the job. And I might go back and add some eyes with a marker I use. I don't try to paint eyes. I use a marker for that. And I might clean that up a little bit. But for 15 millimeter, these figures are like, 4 millimeters high or so.
Those get the job done. They look good.
For sure.
Yeah.
They just stick on top of the tank temporarily with a little bit of this, gray stuff. So that we know who the tank commanders are.
Very good.
I like it.
7 miniatures in an hour and change.
Very good.
Actually,
All
like
right.
an hour and a half.
So
All right, I
here's-
am. Stop sharing. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So here's the close-up cam of what we were talking about. So here is Dawn's. If I can get it to focus.
I don't think that cam's on.
It's not.
It's not. Joe, do you not have me connect? Joe, you don't have me connected.
All
All right, hold on. Just wait a minute. I should hear clink. All right, now
Clink.
connect it.
There we go.
All right, and bring it up. Okay, so there's Dawn's. And for
Focus.
some reason, the camera won't
Focus.
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 You know what? Let me. No, I probably won't. I was gonna say I could turn the camera around, but that won't help much. So those are the ones she's doing. And then with the pink primer and the skin tone. And then here is the version I did.
I mean, and those are the some of the exact colors that I was putting on mine. And look at how different the color comes off
Yeah.
on a white primer versus that pink primer.
And then
Yeah,
there's
the pink primer very
Okay.
much makes it look
all right, Joe.
very warm.
Yep.
So I changed
Wow,
my
you weren't
mind.
kidding about pink.
Use a more blue purple,
Right.
Joe, you can
and then
cancel
we'll
that
hope
camera.
it stains it a little bit, and then dry brush up the highlights if you need to.
I
Yeah.
got spots in my eyes.
But there we
It's not
are.
from-
So
It's not from this vodka I'm drinking, at least not yet.
enlarge the screen.
Why am I the only one drinking? What's up with that?
I don't know.
All right.
James,
Oh, sorry. What is that, a Red Bull or something?
Two Brothers, a
Full
local
Loco?
brewery, and this is
Okay.
Cane Enabled Red Rye IPA.
Nice.
Next time I will bring an adult beverage to the party.
Yeah.
I have some really great rum that my girlfriend brought me back from the Caribbean. I literally cannot show it on the stream.
Why?
All right.
It has a name that is not family friendly.
Ah.
It's damn smooth though.
Yeah.
It's almost as good as the real thing. I'll probably stop there. As far as what it's named after, yeah.
See what you did there?
Yep.
Very cool. So awesome. So that was our first stream. Hey, we didn't lose the stream.
No, we did not.
All the little
We'll take a win.
hiccups that we had,
Yep.
you know, we can chalk up the first hobby paint and chat stream. And like I said, guys, anybody out there that would like to join us at any time when we do a stream, just reach out to us and we'll send you a link and you can join in and share the fun. And Tuffy Ears, I want to thank you for sticking around
Yeah, right.
to
Yeah.
God knows what time it
Way
is there.
I was
past
gonna say,
It's
you
3 in
work
the morning.
nights. It's 3 in the morning there.
3 in the morning over there right now.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Number
Yep,
one
and,
fan.
me and,
Hopefully
me
she
and
has
Tony
her
have a date
official
set up
sit rep
for-
mug to drink that hot tea from. So
Tony,
All right,
Tony and I
guys.
have a date set up for tentatively for later in June to get together and build some 2x2 boards.
awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a very full summer schedule of programming. So be on the lookout for all that on the sit rep side, and then on the other realm side, we'll be kicking out programming as it comes along.
Yep.
We're going to take it slow and steady, to make sure we do it right. Jim already sets the bar high for the historical side, so we want to make sure we're doing it right on the other realms as well. So it is
other realms.
other realms.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's been 2 hours ish. We're gonna say good night. Thank you very much for joining us, Dawn. Thank you,
Bye, everybody. Yeah, thanks.
and
fun.
Jim, and Marty,
Bye, con Dios.
and for Joe, the producer. Thank you, sir.
That's right, producer Joe.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next show.